Welcome back, everybody. We are the Offside Zone. My name is Richie, one of your hosts. The crew is here, like always. Sam, Toby, Oswald, and we also have our newest member, Kelvin. Kelvin, please introduce yourself and give us the team you support.
My name is Kelvin, and I support the current Club World Cup champions, Chelsea FC. Yeah, I better put some respect on that name, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Club World Cup champions. Remember that.
All right, we are back with a few new topics for you guys. This will be episode 7, and we are going to jump right in. Let's start with everybody's top 3 midfielders of all time. I'm going to let Toby start with this one.
Man, top 3 midfielders of all time. If we're just talking about, center mids, in that area, outside mids, my top 3 would be in order. Even in order, I would say my top 3 would be Zidane. I got Platini at 2. And then 3, I would say Iniesta.
That's great.
Yeah, that's my top 3.
All right, Oswald.
Those are some solid, Toby. Those are some solid midfielders.
Solid.
See, I will put Yaya Toure in that conversation. One of the best all-round midfielders of all time. Longevity and goals, assists, defending. He does everything. He's probably the greatest, the most complete central midfielder of all time. I would use. I'm in between Xavi. I got Xavi, man. That's the purest midfielder of all time. And I'm looking at Zidane and Iniesta, but I'll go with Zidane.
Nah, that was insane, bro. You're rating. I know we African in here, but Yaya Toure over
the greatest
over Iniesta and Zidane. Nah, all right, bro. I'm gonna let you rock.
All right, Sam.
Yeah, that's actually crazy that nobody included Maradona in the top 3 midfielders. That's actually really crazy. I got to put Maradona as number 1. I think he's the greatest midfielder to ever play the game. I got to put Zidane at number 2. And it's a toss-up between Xavi and Iniesta. That's the one that I don't know. I'd probably give it to Iniesta, though, just because I think he was a little bit more, a little bit more technical, and silky on the ball. So I'll give it to Iniesta. But Xavi and Iniesta, that's a toss-up.
You see that though? That's why I clarified and I said, are we including outside mids, bruh? Because to me, Maradona played more on the outside, more than central compared. You comparing that to the Zidanes and Iniestas and Xavis. Yeah, but I mean, yeah.
All right, Kelvin.
All right. So, first pick is Zinedine Zidane. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. My next guy got to be Johan Cruyff, because he was just deadly in it. And then last person, no shame, Frank Lampard. DM.
Hey, bro,
I won't hear it.
Do you want to defend that choice?
Huh?
You want to defend that choice of Frank Lampard?
Yeah, in my opinion, right? He's up there. He has more goals than Xavi and Iniesta. I think them both combined for more assists, won the Champions League for Chelsea, really put Chelsea on the map for real. That's our greatest player of all time. So yeah, he's in my top 3. That's just my opinion.
Yeah,
that's good. That's a solid defense. Toby, do you want to defend Plantini?
Oh, I don't need to defend Platini. Platini has 3
I'm
balls.
just saying because everybody kind of had almost the same choice. I see you were the only one that picked Plantini. That's why I was asking. Do you want to give a reason why you put him in yours?
Yeah, I picked Plantini simply because the accolades are there, the performances are there. He's one of the first people that really revolutionized the position. And when you talk about consistency, he is Mr. France before the Thierry Henrys and before the current, Mbappe's of the world right now. So I got to give credit where it's due. And then, yeah, though there's no way I'm putting people like a Yaya Toure or Frank Lampard before people that have won World Cups, like one World Cups, one Ballon d'Ors. Like,
Yeah,
nah.
another player we can put in there is Mateus or Mateus.
Yeah, Mateus.
Who led them to the World Cup in 1990 and then won a Ballon d'Or too. That's another. He gets overlooked a lot too.
Yeah, those guys are super like Yaya Toure, bruh.
Yeah, Yaya Toure.
Frank Lampard was second in the Ballon d'Or voted at one point. You know what I'm saying?
How many times was it that?
Only reason why Yaya Toure is not getting the praise that he's supposed to be getting is because one, he's African. That's not cap, right? He's one of the greatest players of all time, one of the greatest midfielders of all time. I'm sorry. That's
also, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead then.
So do you, since he's in your top three, do you think he's the greatest like Premier League midfielder of all time?
Ooh.
If you can't answer that question, there's two other people immediately that you think about. That's what I'm saying.
Three. I put three.
I wanted to put in between. I like KDB so much. Like, he's one of the greatest.
Nah, KDB's out there. We're not gonna do this.
KDB is one of the greatest midfielders of all time, bro. His crosses, bro. I've never seen a player cross the ball so early and he gets to your destination before the strike.
I'm a Man City fan, and I wouldn't put him in the top three midfielders of all time already.
So Oswald, I want to ask you: Would you put KDB?
Oh, he's talking Premier League, my bad.
Over a Gerrard or a Lampard or a Scholes?
Oh yeah, any day.
Yeah, bro.
I
don't know.
I'm taking that. Attacking midfield? Yeah.
Over a Gerrard?
Any day.
Over Scholes?
The only difference, only difference I'll say between Gerrard and Lampard and KDB, leadership. He's a better leader. He can motivate you. He can get your team going. But
he's won a Champions League.
Bro, KDB has won five league titles. So,
okay.
But you could say the same thing. He's never won the Champions League, but he's reached the final.
He's never been the guy that's gotten them to the Champions League. That's my point. Like, Steven Gerrard has been that main guy. Like, you realize Gerrard was the captain. He led them to that joint, brought them back into the game. Like, come on, bro. Like, you have to give this the same leadership skills that you're talking about. Like, when you add that to the fact that he is a complete midfielder, he could play center defensive mid, and then attacking wise, long range, he got it. Passing, he got it. There's not really anything like, and then on top of that, KDB's 5 Premier League titles, like, I put that up to, yes, he's a key part to that, but I put that up to the fact that they got one of the best coaches in the world. They got one of the best teams in the world. And then you look at Gerrard and his situation. My man starting center back was Hippia. Like, people you don't even really consider greats. Like, people on Man City's team, at the end of the day, a lot of those people on that team are going to end up being greats of the Prem team, of the Prem League. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm not putting no KDB over Gerrard.
Nah, I just heard a bunch of excuses for Gerrard not ever winning the Premier League. That's all I just heard, but...
Okay, we gonna do the same excuse.
Because if we're talking titles, yeah, you can say like if his team was good enough to win the Champions League like multiple times, they could have won the Premier League.
They should have won the Premier League. They should have. But look at that team. That's what I'm saying. It's a look at that team, and look at the team that KDB has won the league with. Like, straight superstars, bro. That's all I'm saying.
In that era, Liverpool was good enough. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Liverpool.
I'm not saying Liverpool wasn't good enough. I'm not saying Liverpool wasn't good enough. I'm not saying Liverpool wasn't good enough. I admitted that they should have definitely won at least one Prem title. I'm not knocking that. But as we can see, the hardest competition for people to get is clearly the Champions League. And that's what KDB doesn't have. And I emphasize that he's not necessarily the one leading his team to these titles, bro. Like, that team is stacked. That team is stacked. Gerrard has literally put Liverpool on his shoulders, on his back, and has won them games.
Have you noticed when KDB's not playing, City does not perform the way they perform at the highest level?
Cap.
That's not cap, bro.
That's cap, bro.
I remember
That's
I
facts.
think it's like 2 seasons ago when De Bruyne was injured, bro. I think he was out for like a couple weeks or like a month or 2 or something like that. I can't remember very well. He was out. City was struggling. Liverpool was leading the league. And as soon as he came back, they got to the top and won the league.
Nah, KDB is definitely the most impactful player on that team. You can definitely tell when he's not there.
Are they still good? Are they still one or two of the best teams in the league without him?
They're still good,
but
he takes them to a different level, man.
It's just a question. It's just a question. Are they still 1 or 2 in the league without him? He's talking about them. They struggled, but they were still able to come back and win the league.
Because he came back from injury.
It wasn't just because of him. It's because they stayed next to Liverpool up there. They're 1 or 2 of the best teams with or without KDB, bro. That's my point.
Yeah, but you can't absolve Gerrard of the blame for not winning the Premier League and then.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
Team though.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
The same team that he played with in the Champions League to win
the
Champions League. It's the same team they played in the league, so you got to give him that blame too. If you're gonna give him the praise,
I'm not doing that.
Let's not forget about that slip. That man is a choke artist. I'm not gonna lie. Let's not forget about that slip.
I'm not doing that.
Like,
bro.
we go and try to act like, come on now.
I already gave him the blame.
Gerrard is tough, but he not.
I already gave him the blame, bro. That's point blank. I already said they should have won that jump, but we're not about to act like a Liverpool without Steven Gerrard during those times isn't super significant compared to KDB missing some games. Like Man City will still be 1 or 2 of the best teams in England with or without KDB playing. That's my point. Do the same thing with Gerrard on those teams. Wallahi.
We had some pretty solid choices for top 3 midfielders of all time. Let's move to defenders now. Who are the top 3 defenders between 2000 and 2020? I'm gonna let Sam start.
Yeah, that's a tough question. There's a lot of great defenders over the last 20 years. I start off with Maldini. I think that's the greatest defender of all time. At number 2, I'm gonna say Puyol. I think Puyol was one of the best defenders of all time in his prime. He really was solidified that Barca defense and was one of the anchors to one of the greatest teams of all time. And then at number 3, this is the tough one. I'm gonna say John Terry at number 3.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Next, we want to go with Kelvin.
Unmute yourself.
Yeah. So Maldini, John Terry, and you know what? Thiago Silva.
Yes, bro. Listen. Don't listen.
Why would I Thiago Silva? Like he's a bum or something. Come on, y'all. Let's not do that. Thiago is tough. Even at 39, he's performing. What was Puyol at 39?
Yeah, bro.
At a top level. Arguably the best defender in the Premier League right now. Center back in the Premier League right now. At 38, 39. He's that good. So, yeah, let's not laugh. Let's not do that.
It's tough, yeah.
All right, Toby.
Yeah, bro. I'm going to give it to Maldini, of course. He's the best left back and center back of all time. Best defender outright. Number 2, I'm actually going to give it to Sergio Ramos. I'm very surprised nobody else has said that, considering Sergio Ramos is probably up there in terms of numbers, in terms of scoring goals, up there with Ronald Koeman, one of the best attacking defenders we've ever seen, especially at center back. He's won 5 Champions Leagues. Yeah, one of the most decorated center backs of all time with national and with club. Yeah, and he's one of the best ball playing center backs we've ever seen. So he has to be number 2 for me. Number 3, that's where it gets tricky as well. I would actually say Carlos Puyol because of what he did with Barcelona, and he's also just a great pure defender. He has all the accolades, and obviously he's part of so many treble winning squads. So yeah, got to give it to him at number 3.
All right, Oswald.
We are all on agreement with Maldini. Maldini number 1, of course. Literally Mr. Defender, known for just, tackling, just breaking everything down before it even happens. Second, I'm going with John Terry, Mr. Chelsea, one of the greatest defenders of all time. No cap. One of the best, hands-on, best defenders, even though he was slow, but he was very technically gifted.
Vidic was better.
Yeah. And pure leader. I will go number 3. I'm in between Ramos. I'll go with Ramos. Just longevity. One of the best right backs and one of the best center backs to have ever played the game. Man's been around since 2005 or so. Started as a right back, and then went his way up to center back. Yeah, I mean, goals, assists, red cards, yellow cards. He's the best at all that. So,
Yeah, the reason why I didn't
Kind of.
is because like a lot of times in big games, he's kind of been left wanting. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of times he makes critical mistakes in big games. Like we've seen it. He has the most red cards in El Clasico history. That doesn't go positively on your resume to me. And yeah, that's why I think he can be a bit reckless at times. That's why I wouldn't put him in there over John Terry or Puyol, because you have to remember Puyol and Ramos played in the same team. Puyol was the clear and out better defender than Ramos. So yeah, Terry.
I'm kind of surprised not to hear Philip Lahm.
Yeah, Philip
I feel
Lahm,
like,
but
you're
you're a right back, like a straight right back. So it's like, and he's actually very underrated, if I'm being honest with you. Philip Lahm, I think he has the least amount of yellow cards for a defender of all time.
And he never got a red card.
Never got a red card. Smart ball player. Yeah, I would put him up there in my top 10, top 10, top 15. But as far as the Sergio Ramos situation, I get that, but it's also when he played with Puyol, he wasn't necessarily of age. Like as age progressed, you could clearly see somebody coming out of their peak and somebody coming into their peak. And after Puyol was out the picture, it was him and Piqué, and Sergio Ramos was way more important for that Spain playing side than Piqué. So yeah, bruh. Like we've not seen a attacking defender as good as Sergio Ramos since Ronald Koeman. I'm talking about Sergio Ramos has scored free kicks. Sergio Ramos has scored clutch headers. He's literally one of the best ball playing defenders that we've ever seen. And even those moments, yes, he's gotten red cards, but guess what? He's probably played the most El Clasicos. That's my point. So like if he's in that joint, literally battling away with Messi every single game, I mean, I get it. At the end of the day, he's been at Real Madrid and he's been a starter in Real Madrid for 10 plus years. That's a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's a wrong answer there. I just look back to bringing up Ramos and I think if you bring up Terry, if you look at their matchups against Lionel Messi in particular, John Terry is one of the only defenders that I've actually seen stifle Messi. Like not Ramos, not Chiellini, not Thiago Silva. Like John Terry is one of the dudes that like I can actually say the guy was doing damage to Messi. When you watch Messi play against John Terry, you would always be like, Messi's not playing well today. He's not on his game today. That's why I think John Terry, you got to put him in there because Messi would do Ramos, will violate Ramos.
How many times Messi played John Terry though?
Multiple times.
A couple times, yeah, a lot.
How many times Messi played Sergio Ramos? There's like, come on now. You telling me 10 times? I mean, you telling me 9 times out of 10. If Messi played John Terry 10 times, I promise you, Messi would cook him at least 7. Like we're talking about.
Though.
He didn't play him that many times. That's what I'm emphasizing. Like that man Sergio Ramos plays Barcelona like every year, at least 2-3 times a year, bro. They literally hone on these center backs, see what their fault is, and play them. And I'm not saying John Terry didn't have good games against Messi, but I've seen Sergio Ramos have good games against Barcelona before. So like when I look at it, and even from the Prem perspective, bro, we're sitting here talking about John Terry, but look at Vidic. Look at Vidic, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Taking Terry.
Oh God, all right, bro. I feel a little Chelsea bias in here, but it's all good.
Come on, you beast.
All right, fellas. So, who is the most technically gifted player of all time? Going to let Kelvin start with this one.
Yeah, before we go, like what do we mean by technical? Like what we talking? Like in terms of what? Like what categories? You know what I'm saying?
Like technical ability.
Like touch, dribbling, like a lot of different things could be technical. So, who's the most complete technical player of all time?
Oh, Zinedine Zidane. That's easy. For me, yeah. Definitely is. Crazy dribble. His first touch is out of this world. Shots off the volley, headers. He does it all. So yeah, at an elite level, the 360s. So yeah, Zidane for me. If we talking about like every aspect, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, him.
All right, Toby.
For me, I would say Maradona. Because yeah, technical wise, the guy can dribble, the guy can pass, man. He was doing everything on the field. First touches. You think Zidane's first touch out this world. Maradona's first touch is also out this world too. They both from different planets. But I would say something a little sly in there. I actually think Thierry Henry would be underrated in this category for sure. I think he would be up there for sure in terms of technical ability. I have to give a shout. My number one answer is Maradona, but I also have to give a shout to Thierry Henry because what he did with the ball, running with the ball, shooting off the turn, volleys. I'm talking about that's all technique, bruh.
All right, Sam.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Kelvin on this one. I'm gonna go Zinedine Zidane. I don't think I've seen a more technically gifted player than Zidane. Like touch, volleys, passing, everything really. Like technical. Like technically, I think he's the best player to ever play. But I think somebody that also deserves a shout that maybe often gets overlooked is Dennis Bergkamp. I think he is one of the good players as well. I think technically he's up there when it comes to touch and
he's super up there
and volleys and all that with even Zidane. So I'll put Zidane, but I give a shout to Bergkamp as well.
And just to add, he's super up there, bro. I was shouting out Thierry Henry, but Dennis Bergkamp has a second. I mean, he has a number 2 spot in Ballon d'Or and a 3rd spot in Ballon d'Or rankings, bro. That guy's touch was crazy. He's probably one of the best original number 10s when you look at it. If you're making like a list of number 10s that's ever played, he's definitely up there, bro. He's very underrated. If I'm keeping it a stat.
I actually think he's highly overrated, but
That's insane. How you get a 2 top 3 Ballon d'Or finishes?
Nah, I mean, look,
overrated.
just look at his stats, man. What he did with Arsenal, like all this talk about
part of Invisible
and like
one back-to-back.
He was part of that Arsenal team that I'm sorry, like they were just failures, like in Europe, like for that team, that caliber of team, and it's Beckham like couldn't do nothing like to help you win the Champions League. Like just look at his stat, like he's tough. Like don't get me wrong, but I think he's an overrated player.
Overrated
like speak of him like Toby just did, like
overrated compared to who? Look at your numbers.
Good first touch, nice silky.
Good.
You know what I'm saying? But he shouldn't even be compared to Zidane. Not saying you were, but like Bergkamp, just to give you a reference point, right? And like Zidane's like here. You know what I'm saying? So
Zidane is clear. Zidane is clear, but the question is who is the most technically gifted? So yeah, Dennis Bergkamp definitely deserves a shout, bruh. And you talking about he's overrated, bro. Mans is part of the Invincible team, bruh. Mans is won back-to-back Prem leagues, one of the best Prem players of all time. And then at the end of the day, bro, like you cannot wipe away a two top three Ballon d'Or finishes, bro. That shows you he's up there. Like whether you like it or not.
Just the comment on the Ballon d'Or shout. Jorginho was also third in Ballon d'Or voting. So I'll just leave it at that.
According to you, we did nothing in Europe.
So I'm just saying, like,
Jorginho won it.
Awards are not everything, like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, because Jorginho was third too. Like I could put that out there.
Jorginho won it when he won the Euros and the Champions League in the same year. According to you, Dennis Bergkamp does nothing in Europe. So he won it off of pure strength that he was one of the best those 2 years. That's all I'm saying.
All right, let's Oswald answer this question.
But
who do you think most technically gifted?
See, I'm looking at players like you said, your Zidane. You said Bergkamp. You guys said Maradona. I'm looking at those guys as well. I'm looking at Maradona. I'm saying Maradona because in his days, if you see the pitch, on what kind of pitch they played on, bro, patchy as hell. The defenders were just chopping his legs. There was no remorse back then. Like defenders were just coming in at you, just trying to kill you. Not even trying to go for the ball. They're just going straight for the legs, straight for the knees, and bro, high kicks were just allowed back then. Anything was allowed back then. It was like a war playing soccer back then. So if he was playing on the pitches nowadays, bro, it would look like nothing to him. But don't forget player. I got Berbatov.
Ooh, Berbatov. Oh, yeah.
That's so like he probably has like the laziest looking type of play of all time. I've never seen a play like him. Like you can put Zidane, you can put your Bergkamp, but the way he controls the ball, past Berbatov the ball, he looks like he's just chilling. Don't also forget, I'm like second, another shout, Riquelme. Juan Román Riquelme. What? Nah, that man was one of the most technically gifted players of all time. But my answer is Maradona.
I would say Ozil is in there too for a shout as well. And we're talking about players that just everything they do is down to technique. Yeah. Ozil at his peak, at his playmaking hype, yeah, that brother was a problem.
Yeah, I throw in Busquets as well in terms of technique.
Yeah.
That guy has one of the best touches I've ever seen. Yeah.
Oh, don't forget Messi too. Of course, Messi as well.
Yeah, y'all must have just throwing every player then at this point. Like talk about just like your first touch, like.
They got it, bro. They got it. Like they got technique. Like De Bruyne has amazing technique. Like even Alexander Arnold for a right back, he has amazing technique, bro. Like
he needs some defending technique.
That is good. He does, but attacking wise, that brother can cross.
That boy needs a tutorial.
Need a map, bro. Brother be lost. All right, let's get into this next topic, which is looking forward to this one, hearing you guys' opinions, and that is who is the best dribbler in football history. Going to let Sam start first with this one.
That's a tough question. There's a lot of people you can put in there. You have Ronaldinho's, you have your Ronaldo's, you have Messi's, Maradona.
I like the first answer.
You said, huh?
I said I like the first one, the first name you said. Me personally.
Yeah. I would give it to Maradona though, just because of the point Oswald made earlier, the pitches that he used to play on. I think Messi and Maradona's dribbling skills are very similar, but Messi played on probably way better pitches. So I'd probably give it to Maradona for the best dribbler. He just couldn't be stopped when he was on the run. Scored one of the best dribbling goals in football history, dribbling past I think maybe like 6-7 players. So I give it to Maradona.
Oswald.
Yeah, like Sam said, it's in between Messi and Maradona to me. But the way I'll say Messi, just by the way he just plays the game, man. He just looks so effortlessly. He could dribble 10 players without even trying. Like, he just looks like he's just walking the park type thing. So Messi is for me.
All right, Kelvin.
R9, Ronaldo, the Brazilian one. This one is specific, yeah. To me, like the shiftiness that Messi does, he had at his peak, he has that too. He has the step overs. He has like actual skills, like dribble skills too, and speed, power. Can't get him off the ball. So yeah, for me, he is because he has like every element of dribbling. If you ask me.
All right, Toby.
Yeah, I agree with everybody for the most part. The best dribbler, like just straight up dribbler, I would say like if the basis was to just get past the opponent, I would have to give it to a Maradona, and then Messi right after. But to Kelvin's point, like the Brazilians in terms of just dribbling entertainment and putting on a showcase, like yeah, the Ronaldo, the R9, the Ronaldinhos of the world, the Neymars of the world, the Robinhos of the world, yeah, they were shaking and baking. Like those were the most entertaining dribblers we've ever seen. But if we're talking about just trying to get past the next player, yeah, I'll have to give it to Maradona as the best dribbler in football history.
Okay, pretty solid choices for everybody. All right, and we're going to move to the last question, and that is who is the best goal scorer ever? I'm going to allow Toby start with this one.
The best goal scorer ever is the guy with the most goals. Like, it's CR7. I'm sorry. The best goal scorer ever is definitely CR7. He has a Puskas Award. He has probably the most golden boots, or he's up there with the most golden boots. Yeah, he's conquered top scorer in every league he's been in. Yeah, top scorer of Champions League, top scorer of national team. Yeah, he's the best goal scorer of all time for me. That's at least something that he has over everybody else, is the ability to score goals.
All right, Kelvin.
Ronaldo's a good one, because his career is over. But
Wow.
honestly, if this guy stays fit for the rest of his career, from what I've seen, yeah, Erling Haaland, man, that guy's a beast. And you know what I'm saying, like we're taking it for granted, man. Like the guy has what, like 25 goals halfway through the season, yo. Like that's crazy. Like it's actually mad. And at his age, if you go back and look at name any striker you want, nobody in history has scored more goals than Haaland at his age right now. Nobody. So if he stays fit, yes, he has to, catch numbers of Ronaldo's and the Messi's, but I believe if he stays fit, yeah, that's the guy for me. Best finisher that I've ever seen, honestly. So yeah.
It's insane.
All right, Sam.
Numbers don't lie.
No, exactly.
Look at the numbers.
We looking at Messi scored 90
The same numbers
goals
for
in a year.
Ronaldo. Look at their ages. You can go whichever striker, they're not at their age, current like 22.
Yeah. People have different primes.
Number.
I mean, you can say, I feel like for this one, you can say, like, potentially he can be the best goal scorer ever. But to say he's, like, the best scorer ever right now is I feel like it's kind of just disrespectful to this past players and current players.
He's the best scorer right now. What's Ronaldo doing? Is he not playing soccer? I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but right now, he's the best finisher. Like, come on now. Like, what are we saying? Again, Ronaldo is great. Messi is great, but we're saying who's the best finisher?
We've seen Messi score 90 goals in a calendar year, though. Like, I'm not like, I get the rate that he's doing it, and in terms of him being young, I get that. But like what I said a while ago, I feel like this is the best situation for Haaland because he's not forced to do anything other than his main attribute of scoring. So like, if you look at this and you say this is going to be his best situation, if he ever gets moved to another situation where he's forced to do other stuff, I don't know if he's going to score this many goals per se.
I'm not hearing that.
So it's true. It's true, bro. It's true. I'm just saying that's a factor that could be out there. And then when you look at the fact that Messi has scored 90 calendar goals in a calendar year, bro, I'm not like shocked because some guy, he's turned up the best league in the world, but like Messi and Ronaldo, we've seen them score a crazy amount of goals in short amount of games anyway. So it's not like, ooh.
No, I was just saying that because let's not act like Haaland just started scoring goals. With Man City. You know what I'm saying? Like he did it at Dortmund. Like he had a goal literally every game he played. Like he did it at Salzburg. So he's shown that he can do it in a different system with different players on a different team. It's not just because he plays on City. Oh, he's scoring that. Like he's done it. It was just injuries that kind of limited this rate a little bit. But he's been doing it for different teams before he came to City. So he was blowing up the Champions League with crazy amount of goals. Like he's proven to me. So I don't think it. Like people like to say, oh, it's because he plays on City and he's scoring tap-ins. If tap-ins were so easy and everybody could get into that position, why doesn't everybody do it? Because it's not that easy. So
I'm not saying it's easy. Just saying it's not anything we haven't seen before. And then you see the total tally of goals. Yeah, it's kind of disrespectful.
Oh, no, we haven't seen this before.
Oh, okay. Man got 7 years to go. We'll see, bro.
We'll see.
All right, so
barring injuries, we'll see.
Yeah, to me it's between Messi and Ronaldo, but I would give it to Messi simply because Messi has
better ratio,
more goals in less games. I think that means that shows that he's more efficient of a scorer. Like Ronaldo has the most goals in football history, but I think he's only above Messi by like 40 goals, and he's played in probably over 150 plus games than Messi. So I think Messi is a more efficient goal scorer. Messi also has the most Golden Boot awards all time. He has the most goals in a calendar year all time. He also has the most goals in a single European season all time too. So he holds a lot of goal scoring records. And the fact that he's more efficient of a goal scorer than Ronaldo, I would put Messi as the best goal scorer of all time.
I don't like. I mean, I get that argument is key. It's definitely key. I mean, efficiency is super key. But like best goal scorer ever, like look at variation of goals, bro. Look at the positions that they were playing, what they were required to do when they were younger. Yeah, Ronaldo can score every different way. Every different way. He's been the pinnacle goal scorer of every different variation of goal scoring we've ever seen. He's
Yeah,
the best.
I think Ronaldo's a more versatile goal scorer. But I don't think he's a better goal scorer, personally.
I think that makes you a better goal scorer. You're the best at his peak in terms of every peak. At his peak, Ronaldo, the way he scored free kicks, yeah, he was the one that did the knuckleball first, and it was crazy. Like he still.
But even with the knuckle, even with
his style of knuckleball was
Juninho was literally the original.
Juninho could take Juninho is the best free kick taker of all time.
So he was the original knuckle.
Juninho is the best free kick taker of all time. But CR7's style of free kicks isn't that renowned for his own personal style? Yes. So when I say that, at his peak, Ronaldo was the best free kick taker, one of the best free kick takers we've ever seen. Ronaldo was one of the best box-to-box goal scorers we've ever seen. One of the best long-range goal scorers we've ever seen. One of the best headers of the game ever seen. And then y'all call him Penaldo. He's one of the best penalty takers we've ever seen. So, like, in all different variations of goal scoring, yeah, that to me, that edges somebody that, you know, he might be able to be in better positions to score better goals, or he's more efficient with it, yes. But, yeah, variation matters to me more than efficiency per se.
I get that, but then again, like, Messi just scores, like, crazy goals, too. Like, just, like, he scores in a way where, like, yo, I would never even thought about doing that. Like he's so creative. So, like, yeah, I do agree. Ronaldo has, like, the left foot, right foot headers, but I think, and the numbers show it too, because of how close they are, that Messi's also right up there with his creativity and like how he can just put the ball in the back of the net. Like, he might use his left foot the whole way, but it's just so efficient that, like, it just works every single time. So I think that deserves some credit too. I don't know.
Yeah, to me, it doesn't matter how a goal goes in.
Yeah,
you score it like that. I don't care if you score with your head, your pinky toe, your hand. If you score a goal, you score a goal.
Go.
And
I don't know, bro.
4 goals that Ronaldo can't score either, though. Ronaldo cannot pick up the ball at midfield and dribble past 6, 7 seconds to score.
He can.
He can. Yeah, I've seen him do it. Come on, he can.
I've never seen Ronaldo.
I've seen him do it.
But we're not gonna slander Ronaldo.
We're not gonna do that. Like,
don't do that.
You've never seen Ronaldo.
But he doesn't.
Messi has done that on multiple occasions.
I thought she was about to say, like, you know what I'm saying, like, chip the goalie here, like a cheeky little finish, like a little, you know.
Nah, he's done that.
Ronaldo's done that too.
Dribbling, he's done that.
Ronaldo's done that too. That's what I'm saying. Like,
but not at the it's not
at the efficiency as
yeah, it's not it's not the same, man. It's not the same.
That's where me and Sam differ in terms of, because I think variation matters. Like, because when you're able to score one way, you understand, not one way, but when you're able to score, like, kind of like in the same way, it's just about you kind of getting to your spot. You know how, like, in basketball, it's about getting to your spot and shooting up at where you're supposed to be in terms of getting your spot and then making it. That's how I see Messi. Like, when I see Messi's goals, yes, they're different, but a lot of the times, bro, you see the technique, you see where he gets to a spot and he just curls it. For it was like maybe one season that I seen this guy. He must have scored like 15 of those goals the same way, where he would just get to a spot and just pass the ball into the like the right side of the goalie. Like, every time he would just get to the center, shoot that joint like that. But in terms of Ronaldo, I'm talking about a lot of joints that could have been Puskas awards themselves. We talking about 40 yards. We talking about 30 yards. We talking just cut right, curl it into the far right on Barcelona, off, getting it over Piqué's head and then just scoring it through the Valdez's legs. Like, that's what I'm saying. And he scores with his head. He scores with his leg. He just scores with every single different thing that we've ever seen. So, to me, variation actually does matter. And then that kind of puts them on the same spot when you compare that to his Messi's efficiency. But then obviously Ronaldo has the record. So like, who's to say Messi will eclipse Ronaldo in total goals per se? So it's still there to be said. So I have to give it to Ronaldo. Just edges Messi.
So let's let Oswald answer this question.
Listen.
So far we have Messi, CR7, and Holland.
Crazy.
Listen, you guys a variation. You guys are forgetting about the greatest goal scorer of all time, Romario, the Brazilian. Oh my goodness, bro. What? Variation, left foot, right foot. Bro, he's the most, I'm sorry, but he's the most composed striker I've ever seen in my entire life, bro. That man would run at you, get the ball, chip it.
Nah, he's up there. He's up
Bro,
there.
no, he's the most composed striker of all time. No cap. No arguments there. If you watch the greatest goal scorer, right? Your Ronaldo's, your Holland's, well, no Holland, but take that man out. Your Ronaldo's, your Messi's, your Pele's. Nah, Romario, easily the best goal scorer of all time, bro. Since he started his professional.
Easily.
Yes.
He's even at me easily.
I don't know about easily. I mean, I get your point.
He's up there.
Easily.
Yeah, bro.
I think you're just trying to come in with the shockers because there's no way.
Yes, bro.
Easily,
This man
bro.
said
Listen,
no.
I can find you a clip. I can find you some clips of Romario, bro.
Yeah,
The types
Romario
of
got
Seen
some
the
bangers.
clips. Yeah.
Romario got some bangers, bro. But like longevity, bro.
Yes, he played till he was 41. What are you talking?
At the highest level?
In Brazil.
Okay.
Brazil. Don't disrespect.
Nah, bro.
Like,
we're talking about Ronaldo.
Listen. At the time, right? At the time when he was playing, Ronaldo, the Brazilian, R9, Ronaldinho, they were still playing in Brazil at that time, though. Robinho was playing in Brazil at that time.
Tour. What you saying?
Listen, don't disrespect.
Ronaldinho played for like 4 Brazilian teams, bro. He was on his retirement tour. like please.
Listen,
he was just going around Brazil saying hi to everybody.
He scored, I think he scored like 19 goals in the league at 41, bro. Are you kidding me?
Bro, he
at
was not
41.
In terms of longevity at the highest level, he's not anywhere close to that.
He's up
when
there.
we're talking about Messi and Ronaldo. Like we're talking about Messi and Ronaldo, bro.
Yeah, bro.
That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying. Romario's a great striker. Don't get me wrong. At his peak, he's a powerful striker. That guy was powerful, bro. But you could come in and say George Weah was a powerful runner with the ball and a great striker at his peak, which is what I'm saying. So we're talking about longevity. We're looking at total goal scoring record at the highest peak, at the highest level. We saying CR7 and Messi. You talking about Romario, bro?
He's up there. He's literally there. Number 1.
19 goals at 41.
Bro, at 41. That is insane.
Holland has 25 in 19 games.
Bro, we're talking about a 41-year-old. What are you talking
Premier League, not Brazil. Not
Brazil.
He was 41 years old.
Come on, man.
As far as Holland goes, I think Holland, he might eclipse all their records, to be honest.
I think
he might. If he stays injury-free, he might eclipse all of their records.
And I think he might because he really doesn't have to do much running that city anymore in it. Because,
he's in his best position.
Just put the ball in the back of the net. What he's best at.
That's it, bro. Mario, that's a crazy pick, fam. We're going to let you slide, though.
I think that's going to wrap it up for today's podcast. I want to give many thanks to our viewers, of course, and the crew for their input on the topics today. Please drop us a follow on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter under the name The Offside Zone. And please subscribe if you haven't already. We'll have new topics for you each week. In the comments, please let us know who you think the greatest dribbler in football history is. We look forward to engaging with everybody and seeing what everybody has to say. Everyone, please stay safe, stay blessed, and see you in the next video.